I forgot the intro. I know in the past few videos I forgot the intro, but it's so I don't forget my place, and I've been recording non-stop, time after time. Because Jack didn't laugh. He said he gave Mark a strangest look since the slightly older boy was laughing at his own joke. Mark calmed down soon enough, and they began talking again. You know I'd tell you a chemistry joke, but I wouldn't get a reaction. Jack chuckled. Maybe if you told good jokes. Excuse me, Mark said in a joking tone. I said your jokes suck, Jack said. You big silly. You big smelly. You're a goofball, Mark said, leaning closer to Jack and connecting their lips. Jack kissed back, and soon enough they were standing up in a full makeout session. They barely even stopped to breathe. Then they made it to Jack's room. Holy, Mark against Jack's lip. Jack began to take off his own shirt. Mark noticed attempt to help Jack, only pulling away and throwing his shirt over Jack's head. Mark soon removed his own shirt as well. Smelt warning. They were both topless. They were breathing hard. Their mouths were parting. It wasn't until Mark's hands were near Jack's jeans. Did Jack remove his mouth from Mark's? Jack's face was beet red. He just shook his head. It's okay, Mark. We can stop. Please, Jack said, his voice suddenly cracking as he did, causing him to become even more embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed, babe, Mark said, picking up his shirt off the floor and putting it back on. Jack grabbed his shirt as well and did the same. Well, that's great. Jack cleared his throat and continued to blush when they heard the sound of a car pulling in the way. Jack hissed. What? Mark asked, becoming very worried. I think my mom's coming home from a trip early. You need to hide somewhere. So Mark ironically hid in Jack's closet, and Jack went under it, covered and pretended he was sick, and left school early. Jack heard from the front door opening and footsteps approaching in his room. There was a knock on the door. Sean, are you home, dear? Jack gave out a convincing cough, then sickly said, Yes. Then she walked in the room. Are you not feeling well? She said. Did you leave school early? Or did you not go at all today? Left early, Jack responded. I'm alright, though. I'll be good to go tomorrow. Oh, there's a car in the front of your house. Do you know anything about that? No, Jack lied. Maybe someone just pulled into the wrong driveway. That could be. I'm so sorry that I was gone for a whole week, Sean, Mom said. I was supposed to be gone for 5 more days, but I finished early, so I could come home. It's okay, Mom, Jack said. I leave in a week for my next trip, his mother explained. I'll be gone for almost a month. Will you be alright? I can stay with Emmett if it gets to the point where I can't be here anymore, Jack said. His parents understand. Alright, she sighed. I'm going to the grocery store. I'll be right back home in half an hour. Okay, Jack said. See ya. She left the room and the house. Mark finally left, chuckling. Sean? Yeah, Jack laughed. Don't tell many people. I like it, Mark commented. I mean, it's a bit weird since I'm so used to calling you Jack, but I'd rather you call me Jack, Jack interrupted. The name Sean sounds weird coming out of your mouth. Oh, Mark said, smiling. Well, I'll stick to calling you Jack then. Thanks, Jack responded. But you should probably go, I mean. Yeah, you're right, Mark said, walking towards the door, Jack, and hugging him. I'll see you tomorrow, babe. Bye, Jack responded as Mark pecked Jack's cheek. Mark left the house, and soon Jack heard him drive away. Jack sighed and sat on his bed. He wanted to spend more time with Mark, but he couldn't. Maybe he'd call Emmett later. Oh yeah, I feel so stupid. Wait, how many chapters are there? Wait. Oh god, don't say it's broken. Okay, one sec. I need to check. There's 13. No, there's a lot more. God, this is not going to be a very, very short Jack's text. I know Why didn't you tell me about you and Mark right away? I thought you were best friends. I thought we were best friends. The text said Jack got from Emmett later that day. He didn't answer right away, so Emmett sent him another text. You haven't talked to me very often lately either. What's the deal? I'm sorry. Is that really all you have to say about this? We are best friends. I just haven't talked to you. I haven't talked to anyone lately. Mark and I have been hanging out a lot now. Isn't surprising though. You hated him. I thought I hated him, but I just didn't know him. So what now? You're just gonna abandon the only one that was there for you so dang long ago? No! Why would I do that to you? It's what happens. I knew it was gonna happen eventually. What are you trying to say? 1 minute, you hate the guy. Next, you're obsessed with him. I'm not obsessed with him. I'm coming over. Jack was kind of confused when he first got the message, but then realized Emmett was coming over because it was hard to argue over text. Emmett would be there soon. A few minutes later, Jack left his room when the doorbell rang. His mom was in the living room. I wonder who that is, she said. It's Emmett, Jack stated in a slightly irritated tone. Oh, his mother spoke. Jack went to answer the door and expected Emmett to there. Hi, Jack greeted. Hi, Jack greeted, letting Emmett in. Hey, Emmett replied. Jack's mother waved to Emmett and returned the gesture. Come on, Jack said, motioning Emmett to follow him into his room. When they got into Jack's room, they closed the door behind them. I just don't see why you're focusing on all your time on him. Emmett spat out the word "him" with heavy emphasis. You're the one that said I should give him a chance, Jack said. And he has a name. I don't give a... Jack, Emmett responded. I'm supposed to be your best friend. Why are you suddenly ignoring me for him? I'm not ignoring you, Jack said. You should have told me right away when you got together. Why didn't you? Emmett asked. Mark didn't want anyone to know right away. Jack practically shouted. I'm your best friend, Emmett screamed, loud enough so Jack's mother could hear it. It went all the way across the house. Jack stayed silent and didn't respond to Emmett's outburst. Instead, he sat on the edge of his bed, looking down, fidgeting his hands. It was when he responded, but then he interrupted with a knock at the door. Are you boys all right? It was Jack's mother. We're fine, Jack said. She left the door. I really like Mark, Jack said, quieter than before. And you're still my best friend. I care about you, Emmett. It's just really annoying how you've been paying no attention to me on me. I'm sorry. It's okay. I was being insensitive. No, you weren't. I was. We good? Yeah. Then they hugged. I just love how everything's like, we cool? Yeah. It was a bit awkward, but they were okay. Their friendship wasn't completely destroyed, which is nice. It wasn't quite as strong as it was before. Now, the only thing Jack had to worry about was Friday, tomorrow. After the day the mysterious boy told him that he would reveal himself, he'd give him information as to where they would meet. They would meet on the courtyard during lunch. Jack would hold his excitement, though he was so quite terrified. Mark seemed a bit off during math and English as well as Jack. Jack was curious as to why. Before he knew it, it was lunchtime. Jack anticipated following through him for the event ahead. When he went to the courtyard instead of the cafeteria, there were a few other students there, taking either lunch there or because crowds in the lunchroom. Or there were other few just skipping their class or taking their peers or friends. He sat on the bench alone, looking at him before he got on the phone. I seen the mysterious boys online. I'm almost to the courtyard. Are you there already? I'm here. Just don't be upset with me. Jack didn't know how to respond, so he didn't. So he didn't. He played a dumb game on his phone for about a minute when he saw Mark in front of him with an undeadable expression across his face. Mark, Jack said, what are you doing out here? Instead of responding, Mark pulled out his phone and typed a little bit. he receives a little KIK notification. He tapped on it next to him. He clicked on the message. It's me. Jack looked up at Mark after he looked at his phone, to which Mark responded with a smile. Jack stood up, angry at the slightly ugly door. Why did you do that to me? Mark stayed silent. The other guys in the courtyard just looked straightly at Jack for shouting. What the freak, Mark? Jack continued, not caring about the stares. You don't do that to a person. You freaking prick. I love you, Jack, Mark whispered quietly, not looking directly at Jack. Sound broken. I care about you so much. Jack scoffed and picked up his things and off the bench and went into the courtyard. When Jack got to the cafeteria, he looked at Emma from across the room. Where were you? Emma began to say, was cut off by Jack. Come on, Jack said, pulling Emma away from the table. Emma was waiting for Jack to arrive before he got his food. Emma followed his friend to the bed. Jack broke down and began crying really hard. It's Mark, Jack said, his voice cracking. Why didn't you tell me immediately? He shouted. You didn't tell me, Jack, Emmett began. No, Jack screamed, tears still falling down his cheek at rather quick. I don't want to hear it. Emmett was taken aback. Why are you so upset about this? You like him, don't you? To which Jack nodded. Then why are you crying? You fell in love with this guy. I know you did, through KIK. You seemed so happy when you were messaging each other. Then when you started liking in real life, Mark, without knowing that you already loved him. What's the big deal? Why are you so upset? If you like him, stay with him. Don't leave him because he didn't tell you that he liked you in person, because he knew that you wouldn't believe him. He knows you would have thought he was another selfish prick. You would have thought he was a dick, and he was, oh God, I said it. And that was some cruel prank, and you couldn't have said anything if you wanted to react that way because you would have, and you know that you would have if you liked him. You need to be not mad for such a stupid thing as this. I'm angry, Jack started off. I'm really freaking pissed. You want to know why? Because Mark did this behind my back. He could have told me sooner. Like when we became friends. He should have told me that instead of waiting nearly 2 weeks after he'd started dating. I really like him, yes, I do, but I wish he would have told me sooner. I know I sound like a whiny brat right now, but I'm pissed and I don't completely know why. I don't know why I'm so angry. I can't describe all my feelings right now. It's hard to put into words. I'm angry, I'm upset, and I'm slightest bit happy. I'm just tired of everything. I just want it all to be over. I just don't understand why you don't want to be with him right now. Yes, he did this behind your back, and that should matter. It should matter, Jack shouted. It should. Gosh dang it, Jack, Emmett yelled. You're so freaking bipolar. Sometimes why don't you want to be with him? I just don't want to. Why the hell not? I don't know what, okay? Jack yelled. I don't freaking know. Stop pushing these questions on me. I don't care right now. I don't freaking care. Emmett gritted his teeth. Talk to him. And me, if you finally come to your senses. To be honest, guys, it's the stupid stuff that gets me, and this is actually getting me really quick. Then Jack arrived at home after the long day. He went to his room immediately. His mother was worried and asked Jack what's wrong. However, he didn't respond. He stayed in his room for what seemed like forever, and he'd wished he had been, but it was reality. It's been only an hour. Soon there was a knock on his bedroom door. Go away, Mom, Jack said loud enough for the person at the end of the door. It's not your mom, I heard a female voice. It was Mark. It's Mark. Go away, Jack said again. I don't want to talk to you. Why not? Mark said at the other end. Jack didn't answer. He was sure if he answered himself. I care about you, Jack, Mark said, a bit quieter. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to end this video here. Bye. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to see you.